Kidding. Alright, do well to join us live on Facebook at Vio Ultimate FM, like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of all our programs. You can also listen to us live via our website at www.vioradiofm.com. Follow us on Instagram at Official Ultimate FM and YouTube at Ultimate FM. The headlines will be coming to you right after this short commercial break. Do stay tuned.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests. Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081 687 09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
You're listening to the best radio station on the planet. The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio. View Radio FM. We are the best.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. They enjoy this View Radio.
Leave him for me for View Radio. But like me, I enjoy them for me. I just go now go.
Hello. Give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying this View Radio.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests. Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Alright, welcome back to the Breakfast Show on VO Ultimate FM. Don't forget that you can join us live on Facebook at VO Ultimate FM and like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of all our programs. Straight to the headlines this morning on the Vanguard newspaper: failure to declare bandits terrorists. Malami's reasons not tenable. Afenifere, MBF, or Hanizi Pandef. Remarks by Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, SAN, that the federal government was yet to gazette the order prescribing bandits as terrorists because it was trying to ensure that it operates within the confines of international best practices, has shown strong condemnation from the Middle Belt Forum, MBF, Afenifere, Pan Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, or Haneze Indigbo, Alaigbo Development Foundation, ADF, Afenifere said he was not interested in whether or not bandits were designated as terrorists, but that the federal government should do the needful by protecting Nigerians from insurgents. MBF on its part said the actions and utterances of Malami was a clear indication that there was no political will to end terrorism in Nigeria. My thoughts exactly. You know, we have been on this issue for how many months now? A long time. Because I remember very clearly sometime last year when we read in the headlines that Nigeria was going to declare bandits as terrorists.
Yes.
Till now. That's like how many months ago? And up until now, they are still saying they are trying to make sure they operate under the international confines. Like, well, I really do not understand such speech. Now, if you do not declare these people as terrorists, there is no way that they are going to be dealt with the way they are supposed to be dealt with. And they are going to continue doing what they do. Declaring them as terrorists not only makes it easier for, the Nigerian police, army, and all those people to make sure that they curb the whole banditry in the country. It also makes it open to the international scene. So they now know that there is a terrorist attack on Nigeria, so they can even lend us help. But when they are not declaring people as terrorists, help cannot come from anywhere. It's as simple as that, because in their minds, bandits are just bandits. They are not threats to the country. And these same bandits have killed thousands of people. I don't say hundreds, because I believe that it's up to thousands by now. They have killed thousands of people in the past how many months, not even years. I can't even say, because it's not up to a year that banditry started in Nigeria, and you are saying you don't want to declare them as terrorists. She get me? Please, I don't even want to say anything any further, because I'm already pissed as of now. Now, I totally agree with what one of these groups have said. Even if you do not want to declare them as terrorists, okay, please fight them.
Yes. You don't want to declare them as terrorists.
Oh, you don't want to declare them as terrorists. Secure the lives of Nigerians, because it's beginning to look like they will never declare them. Fine, we don't mind, but then still secure the lives of Nigerians, because it's beginning to look like nobody even cares. If they let them kill 1 million people, they are not going to say anything about it. But why is it so? Why exactly is this so? I know that if I say why is this so, Shikemi will give me one reply that will shake table. But Shikemi, I will still ask you, why do you think these people do not want to declare bandits as terrorists? Do you think there is an hidden agenda or something? Why are you smiling? You don't want to shake table this morning. Now I want you to shake table.
I don't want to shake table this morning. I just want to be on a cool term this morning.
Nice.
Well, we don't know the reason why they don't want to declare them as terrorists. All best known to them, but if they don't want to declare them as terrorists, they should just find a way to
secure the lives. Exactly. That is the least that they owe us.
Yes.
That is the least they owe us. At least make sure that the lives of Nigerians are secure. You can be fighting them on the ground or something, or just make sure that everybody is secure. We really do not want to know how you do it, but do it. That is just the bottom line of everything, because Nigerians are living in fear. Nigerians are living in fear in not just, before we used to think that, okay, these things were just happening in the north. But now it's happening everywhere. It's happening in the south, it's happening in the east, it's happening in the west. It's happening everywhere. So where is safe? You sleep with one eye open, because you can't sleep with your 2 eyes closed, because you'll be scared that something will happen. And then you walk at night, or you do anything, and then you're always watching your back, because you don't know who is who anymore. I mean, the Nigerian government needs to do better. That's just what I'll say. Okay, on the foreign scene this morning on the Vanguard newspaper, man freed after 37 years due to sex for lies false witness. An American man was freed from prison on Tuesday after 37 years in a case marred by detectives who allegedly offered a witness sex and drugs at police headquarters in 1983 in exchange for false testimony. The trial witness was charged with perjury just days after Willie Stokes was convicted of murder in 1984, but Stokes didn't learn about the perjury plea until 2015, decades into a life sentence. Stokes is the one walked out of a state prison near Philadelphia, eager to get a hug from his mother and a corned beef huggy. His mother was too nervous to come after several earlier disappointments, so he greeted other family members instead. Today is a tremendous day. We are all very thankful, said his lawyer. However, it's also a sad day because it reminds us of how lawless, unfair, and unjust Philadelphia law enforcement was for so long. Imagine. So we are here thinking that things like this only happen in Nigeria. And now we're seeing that it also happens, in other places. Truthfully, it's a really sad story. 37 years in prison for something you did not do. For something, in fact, it's just like someone just comes to visit you now and says, Shikemi, you're under arrest. You killed somebody last night. And you were in your house sleeping and you are wondering, you killed somebody. And all of a sudden, people from nowhere just come out to say, yes, we saw her. She was the one that killed the person. I remember, hey, me that was sleeping in my house. Exactly. That's how she does. She has even tried killing somebody before. A lot of lies, and in your mind you're just like, for me, I didn't do anything. And that's exactly what happened to this man. 37 years of his life. I'm telling you. And that is like the best. That could have been like the best part of his life, where he could have worked, where he could have gathered, lived his best life with his family, friends, and all that. And just like that, wasted, just because of false witness. So we see that corruption is not just in Nigeria. It's everybody. Nigeria is just becoming too much these days. But still, we're happy that he has been freed, and we do hope that things like this, in a country such as Nigeria, things like this should not happen. We hardly hear of things like this though. Yes. But they probably happen. It's just that we don't hear about it. I'm very sure that, in fact, if you even go to prisons, if you hear stories of people, there are a lot of innocent people in prisons that they have even abandoned. They are not trying them in court anymore. Yeah, they are not even trying them in court anymore. They just leave them there. And a lot of these people that are in prisons for crimes they did not commit, most times they don't even have good lawyers to represent them in court. So you see that they are helpless, and that is the reason. Yeah, due to their poor background, they are helpless. So just leave them there in prisons. And we really do hope that things like this stop in the country, in the world at large, in fact. Still on the Vanguard newspaper, Delta councillor saves monthly salary, builds public water project for constituents. The councillor representing Patani Ward 6 Ekise quarters in Patani local government area of Delta State, Honorable Daye Ekise, has built a public water project for his constituents with monthly savings from his salary. Ekise, who presented the project to his constituents during its commissioning handover ceremony last week at Patani, said he was pained seeing old men and women going to the river to fetch water for domestic use. He said, I know the pain my constituents go through to get water for domestic consumption. They have to go to the river, both old and young, to fetch water from River Focados, a tributary of River Niger, for domestic use, which itself is not clean. I was born in the Creek of Bomadi, and I saw that this problem of potable water is a big challenge in the riverine area. So when I was elected, I decided to address this problem in my ward. Yes, I have to devise a means to solve the problem immediately. So I planned and concluded that I would deduct and save 100,000 naira from my monthly salary of 300,000 naira. Let me tell you something. I want to say wow. But one part of me, the Nigerian in me is saying, are you sure it's not lying? I don't know. I don't know why, but the Nigerian in me cannot just believe that somebody can actually do something so good.
It's true. I'm really surprised because
it's not something that you hear of. I mean,
kind-hearted person
in Nigeria, in this 2022,
he's receiving 300,000
and he was saving 100,000 naira just to make sure that he builds a borehole in his community.
Well, if it's true, he has really done a great job.
And it's something that everybody should applaud.
Yeah.
It's not just something that people should applaud. It's something to emulate, in fact. Because people like this, most times, you find out that at the end of the day, but nothing is even done for them. They don't receive any kind of commendation or anything. They just do it and that's all. But then this is something that a lot of people should, other councillors, even commissioners, people that are representing their constituency in the Senate and all that. This is something that they should actually key into and make sure that they do as well in their state, because you see a lot of communities, villages, that they have people representing them, but it's looking like they don't have anybody. You go to the village and it seems like you are still in 1960.
Even if people give them money, they will squander it on their home without even spending it on the village or the town. They just spend it in their home with their family and people involved in whatever.
It's really sad though.
Yeah.
It's really sad. But then this is something that people should key into. Not just saying, "Oh, thank you very much. Let's clap for him," and then at the end of the day, nobody does anything after that. And even it's not even enough to say we have built this borehole. I think the government of that particular state should join in making sure that that borehole is managed properly and it is maintained, because we see cases of when someone has spent their hard-earned money to do something, and because of lack of support and lack of proper management, everything is scattered in a couple of months or years, and it seems like all his efforts were wasted. So I think that in as much as people are commending him that yes, you did well, they should also make sure that they manage these things appropriately, because it is hard-earned money he saved. It's not like he just stole the money or something. So it is money that he saved to do it, and people should appreciate it by managing it properly. That's just it. All right, still on the Vanguard newspaper, Kano College expels 12 students over exam malpractice. No fewer than 12 students have been expelled by Aminu Dabo College of Health Sciences and Technology, Kano, for examination malpractices. Also, 13 others, 200 level, were rusticated for various degrees of offences related to indiscipline during conduct of examinations in the institution. The institution's head of public relations and publicity, Abdullahi Usman, confirmed this in a statement made available to newsmen in Kano. I like this. Look, the issue of examination malpractice in school is not a new problem.
No.
It's not something that just started. But I think that a lot of times universities, college of education, polytechnics, just institutions generally. In fact, let's not even go far. Let's start from secondary schools. They don't take this issue seriously. So you see someone in...
Some people collect money from the students. They cover you home.
Let me tell you something very shocking, Shikemi. I've seen people that are writing primary 6 common entrance. You know that they now involve themselves in exam malpractice. It's not that they are the ones doing it. Their parents actually connive with the teachers. And then when they go to the examination hall to write the exam, they just give them, in fact, they just write the answers on the board. They just write the answers on the board and then they write. This one, it's not like I'm just saying. Somebody that actually took part in the exam told me that this is what they were doing in the exam hall. This is what they were doing in the exam hall. But me, the child was like, but I did not partake because I didn't understand what they were doing. But that is what they were doing. So people were writing. He said, as a matter of fact, that some people had already almost finished. They told them to cancel everything they had written and start from the beginning. Primary 6. Primary 6.
Seriously, it's really funny too.
What exactly is there in that exam?
Okay,
that they will ask you A, B, or C?
Let's start from premises now. How did they expect those children without exam malpractice when they go to higher institutions?
Ask me.
School?
It's that's where it starts from. So you do exam malpractice primary 6, and then you get to GSS 3. Same thing. You want to write your WAEC or NECO or whatever exam you need. That one is the highest. That's the highest. They don't do it in JAM. Let's not say anything. Let's not say anything about that. Is there anything that is impossible in this country, Nigeria? They don't do it in JAM. Well, the thing is, this issue of malpractice will not stop until teachers and lecturers and school authorities stop involving themselves in it. The reason most of these students have the willpower and the audacity to involve themselves in such things in the first place, because they know that they have the backing of one lecturer or one teacher or one supervisor or someone that is telling them that don't worry, nothing is going to happen to you. So even when they are caught, they will believe that they won't do anything to them. So they will just tell them, don't do it again, and that's
after we'll pay them off.
or we'll pay them off, and then everybody will be quiet.
Nothing. Let's just go ahead and do it.
I'm actually pissed. I'm angry. But then I'm happy that this college in Kano took the bold step to expel 12s, irrespective of the background of the students. I've seen situations where, because some students feel like they're from rich families, that kind of thing, and I can never get expelled. My parents will just come and pay them off and all that. So they feel like they can do whatever it is they want. But then I'm happy that they were able. We just hope that these 12 students, they are not the ones that are from the lowest of the lowest backgrounds, and then they left the real ones actually took part because they have money. Let's really hope that it's not a case of that. Let's hope that they were actually being sincere in their judgments. That's just it. All right, that was it on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. More headlines coming to you right after the short commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoyo Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
You're listening to the best radio station on the planet. The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
View Radio. View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio. View Radio FM. We are the best.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. I enjoy this VO radio.
Gida lifin for me for biyu radio. Wallahi me I enjoy am for me. Haji ko na gode.
Hello. Give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying this view review.
Yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoyo Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. I enjoy this VO radio.
Gida lifin for me for biyu radio. Wallahi me I enjoy am for me. Haji ko na gode.
Hello. give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying the view radio.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests. Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Alright, welcome back to the Breakfast Show on VO Ultimate FM. Don't forget that you can join us live on Facebook at Ultimate FM and like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of all our programs. Alright, this morning there's a very hot headline this morning that I would want us to discuss, Shikemi. Extremely hot. So Magodo disputes, police CSP defies Sanwo-Olu's order to vacate estate, claims AGF IGP sent him. Amid a protest by residents, Governor Sanwo-Olu arrived at the Magodo estate in company with some members of his cabinet, including the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the state, and the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Benga Omotosho, among others. He engaged the yet-to-be-identified CSP who led the police team on operation from Abuja and asked them to vacate the estate, but the police officer affirmed that his team would only leave the premises on the directive of the Attorney General of the Federation and Inspector General of Police, who had deployed them on assignment. I just want to play the video. No, just a snippet of the video.
Tell them that the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business being in my state right now, and that I want you to disengage forthwith from here.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, sir. I'm not here on my own orders.
That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them, your superior, that I'm here, standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of the Inspector General of Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir, so that they will ask us to leave.
So Inspector General of Police ask you to come.
I'm here on instruction of Inspector General of Police to the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation.
I've spoken to the Attorney General.
Oh, okay.
So he's not aware that you are here.
Well, we're expecting the call that we should disengage.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do?
It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir. Okay. If you call...
So where are your men?
My men are here. They are all over the estate, sir.
How many men do you have here?
I have several of them, sir.
No, what number?
I cannot precisely tell you the number.
So
now,
even if anything happens to your men, you don't even know the number of men?
I know the number of my men I have here.
So what is the number?
We sought for some other people to join us now.
What is the number?
Shikemi. I don't know if I'm the only one that is speechless right now, but this is nice. As in, this is very surprising. I've never ever seen such, an altercation between a governor and a police officer. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Some days back, I think it was during the lunch show when I and Davi were discussing about how the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State wanted to go into Magodo Estate, and the security man was saying he cannot enter, that I should call who he's going to look for. And now another one is happening here, that if a policeman, chief representative of police, is defying the order of the governor to vacate the premises. Actually short of words right now. I'm short of words, and the video says it all. He has said you should call his oga, that he's too low. He said that was exactly what he said. He's too low.
We should just call him.
He said he's too low. No, no, you don't understand this thing.
That's disregardness of the government, the governor rather.
Exactly.
Why would he disobey the governor? Even his boss cannot disobey the governor.
I'm actually short of words. I'm short of. I think we need comments from our viewers on this, because they heard a little bit of what the video is about. So I think they should drop their own comments about what they think about this particular altercation.
Okay, fine. You say you are too low to call your boss. Then put a call through him. Don't even speak to the boss. Just give it straight to the governor. Let the governor speak to him. Since it's
do you know what I feel? I know this is funny, but maybe the man does not even like Sanwo-Olu.
Exactly.
Maybe he has a problem with him. Like, this man should just leave me alone. Don't even talk to me. And they were even asking him, like, where are your men?
They say, with due respect, sir.
where are your men?
What's the respect?
No, when someone you don't know how to be behaving. Like, when someone says with due respect, it's an insult that is coming after. That word, with due respect, when someone just tells you with due respect, just know the person wants to insult you after, because that's exactly what he has done. He not only insulted the person of the governor, he embarrassed him, and he insulted his office as well. He insulted his office, saying I cannot call, and you cannot vacate the estate as well. It's a very simple issue. Can you call the person?
Can dismiss him.
No, he cannot dismiss him. He cannot dismiss his boss, because he wasn't the one that employed him or his boss in the first place. They came on operation from Abuja.
I'm not saying he would dismiss him by himself. He would ask.
Oh, yeah, he might have his ways. Exactly, yes. He might have his ways, but still, we do not exactly know the kind of order that was given to this police officer from Abuja. We do not know exactly, but still, it's still not enough reason for him to embarrass the governor of Lagos State in that manner. Regardless of anything, it's not enough reason. Regardless, it's really not enough reason for him to embarrass the governor of Lagos State in that manner. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but the video I just watched, it shocked me. It shocked me. The video I just watched was very shocking. So that's why I cannot actually contain my emotions right now.
Did this to the policemen. You know what they would do?
That's what I was telling you. The one that I and Dami were talking about, I think 2 days ago, of how the security man of the Magodo estate did not want to allow the commissioner of police. They arrested the security man.
You see?
They arrested him.
What are they doing about this man issue now? Because a civilian can never do this to a policeman without him.
Well, like I've said, let's leave it to our listeners and viewers for them to give their comments on what they think about this. I think we're going to revisit this issue again tomorrow. We're going to revisit this issue again, and we're going to, discuss if there are any comments, on the issue. For now, Shikemi, let's hear what you have on the punch newspaper.
Alright, from Punch this morning. Lagos maid, 14, flees with boss 2-year-old daughter, arrested in Ogun. Men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested a 14-year-old maid, Iwuzo, for allegedly abducting a mistress' 2-year-old son in Lagos State. The suspect was arrested on Monday in the Shagam, Ogun State, where she was accommodated by a good Samaritan who saw her and the boy in Yaba, Lagos, while begging for hams. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in a statement on Monday, explained that the suspect was arrested following a complaint lodged at the Shagam Divisional Headquarters. The PPR said one Victoria Unwafo reported that she saw a 14-year-old girl on December 22nd, 2021 with a very sick 2-year-old boy in Yaba, Lagos. She stated further that the little girl was begging for hams under the pretense that the small boy was her younger brother, and that their parent died in a ghastly accident in December 2020. Out of compassion, the woman took both of them to her house in Shagam in order to take care of the little boy's health condition. But immediately the boy fully recovered, the suspect wanted to single-handedly take the boy to Imo State.
Wow. 14 years. No, is it 14? 14? No, maybe I didn't hear correctly. 14 years old. Now, we're always talking about how people should treat their first off. Let's be very clear. I want to become a lawyer now in this space. Having a child as a maid is child abuse. First of all, it's child abuse. It shouldn't.
Having a maid, I don't buy the idea of.
No, you can have a maid if you are paying the person, and if the person is old enough to know that this is a job, if the person is an adult. But then as a child,
some adults too could do the same thing.
No, it could be no. I want to start from the very beginning. Okay. Having a maid in the first instance, as a child, using a child as a maid, is a punishable offense. It's a punishable offense. It's child abuse, not like self. It's child abuse, so it's a punishable offense. It's not supposed to be so. It's just that we don't take those kind of things seriously in Nigeria. Even if it's in the constitution, we still do not take it seriously. But then it's child abuse. Let's leave that. And now, leaving that maid, 14-year-old, you said, leaving your kids. First off, even if you have a 14-year-old child, it is very risky to leave your 14-year-old child with your other little kids and just leave them to go home on their own from church. You said you were going somewhere and leave them. In this current time that we are in, it's very, very, very risky. Now, the person is not your child. The person is not your family member. A maid you barely know. You left her with your children. You left her with your children that take them home. I'm going somewhere. You people should go to the shop. I read the story and I was amazed at how some mothers can be very, very nonchalant towards their children. That was the thought that came to my mind.
Some mothers will even their shop first, their business first. They don't even care about their children. They'll go to work from morning to late night and they'll come back late in the night. They don't have time for their children, and now how did you expect this girl not to go away with these children?
This thing is not something that just happened. It's something that was well planned. No, not well planned, because if it was well planned, she would have not been caught. But then it's something that must have been on her mind for a while. Like, when I have the opportunity, I'm going to kidnap this child and go away. And she already probably has somebody. Like, I was reading the comments and people said she should be investigated because she's obviously not working on her own.
Yes.
A 14-year-old child cannot just wake up one day and say, I want to take this child to Imo State. To do what?
And she did not take this child when he's sick to Imo State. He actually find a way to
make sure that he was well first. To tell you that she has a motive. So it's not enough to just say, okay, you have taken the child. Make sure you investigate and know who she's working for, because she's obviously working for somebody that must have told her that bring this child to Imo State, I will give you something like this, I will give you, and who knows what might have become the fate of the child if she had succeeded.
Yes.
I mean,
like
parents.
You actually said earlier that the comment they put on this they should investigate the girl.
Yes.
Thorough investigation.
Let her confess who sent you, because she's not working on her own. She's not working on her own. So they should investigate and make sure they know who sent her. And parents should be more watchful and careful. Imagine, these are not things that we should be seeing in this time. In 2022, you are so careless about your children. So careless.
You know everything that happened last year.
I'm telling you, when you know everything that happened last year, this year you're like this. You're on your own. She can't be please go on.
3 15-years-old suspected Bayelsa cultists hypnotized teenage girl attempt ritual killing. The Bayelsa State Police Command has arrested 3 teenagers for allegedly attempting ritual killing. The State Police Public Relations Officer SP Asinem Bustua, in a statement on Tuesday, said the suspects were nabbed with the collaboration of youths in the Sagbama local government area. The suspects were identified as Emomotime, Perebi, and Eke. The suspects are 15 years old. The statement said they allegedly accosted one Comfort, 13 years old, hypnotized her to follow them to the apartment of Emomotime in Sagbama community, cut her finger and sprinkled the blood on a mirror for ritual purpose.
You can imagine.
14.
She can't be saying it's 14. So you're trying to link it. What's with 14 and 15-year-olds nowadays? What's going on?
I want to ask this question. Do you know, like, what will prompt a 15 years old boy?
He wants to make money now. Are you seeing the number of bends on the road? Are you seeing the number of bends on the road? He wants to make money. That's exactly what is happening. Quick money. That's it. Quick money. He wants to make quick money. I'm happy he was caught.
Yes.
I'm very happy he was caught, and he should be punished regardless of they should be punished regardless of their age. They shouldn't come and say he's 15. Of course, we know he's underage and he might not be able to be tried to court the way an adult will be tried. Yes.
Because
I'm telling you, a lot of people now commit crimes under the notion of, okay, I'm not up to 18, so even if I do this thing, they are not going to punish me the way they are going to punish.
Could this be because of their background or their community or friends?
Pressure, peer pressure from school, from the community, from social media. Everywhere you look nowadays, trust me, there's pressure on young people especially. You know, you look here and you see that your friend is buying the latest iPhone.
I'm surprised, like 14, 15, a 14 years old girl kidnapped.
15-year-old boy engaging in ritual killing. I mean, it's not something that.
God will help us in Nigeria.
Amen. God will really help us. God will help us.
Truck crushes 2 deaths to Abuja. In Abuja, no fewer than 2 persons were killed and 2 others injured in a road accident on Tuesday in the Federal Capital Territory. The accident was said to have occurred around 9 a.m. in the Ido Forest area of the FCT. The accident occurred when a cement truck rammed into 2 tricycles and a motorcycle. 2 persons were said to have died on the spot, while 2 others were injured, were rushed to the Crown Hospital in Gwawa. A resident, Johnson Oye, said the driver came to supply cement to those building houses here. We can't say if he actually lost control or was trying to overtake them. We just saw that the truck had knocked down to tricycle and a motorcycle. You know, last year we talked about truck taking separate routes and motorcycle and tricycle taking separate routes.
Where are the roads? Where are those roads that they are going to use when there are no roads exactly? So how are they going to do that?
Keep happening.
They are going to keep happening until something is done.
Yes.
Until something is done about the roads and until something is done about the drivers themselves. Most of these drivers that drive, let me tell you something. Do you know that a lot of truck drivers and even people that drive commercial vehicles drive under the influence of alcohol?
Yes. That's what I want to say.
They drive under the influence of alcohol, and most times the passengers don't say anything about it. I wouldn't actually still blame them 100% because even if you talk, you might be the only one.
Yes.
And no, every other person will start saying, "Madam, me leave that matter," those kind of things, and you see that things like this will now happen, and then people will lose their lives.
Oh, my condolences to the family of the victim.
Amen.
Away from that one, 68 stranded kidnapped victim rescued in Zamfara bush after 3 months. The Zamfara State Police Commander said it has rescued 68 kidnapped victims who had been held in a forest being controlled by a bandit kingpin, Bello Toji. Addressing journalists on Tuesday, the Commissioner of Police, Ayuba Ekana, said the victims were in captivity for over 3 months. The victims, according to the CP, were 33 male adults, 7 male children, 3 female children, and 25 women, including pregnant and nursing mothers. It maintained that the victims were indigents of Magaya, Maradom, and the Gusau in Zamfara State, as well as Sabon Bini in Sokoto State.
Wow.
I'm sad that a pregnant woman and a nursing mother. And on the other hand, I'm happy because they were
rescued. Yeah, true.
You know, we keep saying that police are doing a good job, and now I think they want to do a different thing this year.
Yeah, so 2022 is their year.
They want to do a different thing. Well,
they are angry.
yeah, I really
we applaud them.
Yes.
Exactly. All right, I'll just take one headline from the Guardian newspaper. Sex maniac who allegedly lures ladies through Facebook to hotels, nabbed in Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom State Police Commanders arrested an alleged fraudster Mr. Imabon Kelvin Akpan for impersonating the State Commissioner for Land and Water Resources, Pastor Umo Eno. The police public relations officer, SP Odiko Magdon, disclosed this yesterday while parading the suspect at the command headquarters, Ikot Akpan, Abia. Magdon said the suspect was arrested by the detectives of the General Investigation Unit of State Criminal Investigation Department based on petition to the Deputy Commissioner of Police. According to him, aside impersonating the commissioner through fake Facebook accounts, the suspect defrauded some unsuspecting members of the public. The PPR said some exhibits recovered from the suspect include 2 Glo, 2 Airtel, 1 MTN SIM card, 2 phones, and $7 and 5 yen. He said the suspect, who is a fraudster and sex maniac, confessed to have fraudulently created the Facebook account. He uses the said account to lure innocent and unsuspecting ladies to hotel, have carnal knowledge of them with promise to assist them secure jobs, while defrauding others of various sums of money running into millions. Wow. Things like this still happen. People still actually fall for these tricks. Sometimes, do you know what comes to my mind when I see stories like this? I feel like, were they hypnotized? Were they under something? Because in my normal sense of mind, someone I've not seen, I don't know you.
You met someone on Facebook.
I met you on
and the next thing
Facebook,
is just go and
and I'll go and see you in a hotel. As what?
As a big girl now.
As what, big girl? No, because in this time and age, this era, that a lot of things are happening, people are still falling for these tricks, and I'm surprised because time and time again, people have been warned. You know, they usually say to be forewarned is to be forearmed, but it's beginning to look like people don't even hear the warnings anymore. So someone will tell you, come to some place, if you do this, I'll give you a job, and then you go.
We do things that those foster are just doing it to the foreigners, and they're not doing it to Nigerians. Nigerians are always acting like they are wise. By the end of the day, when you see things like this, you begin to wonder, is it that they don't listen? Is it that people don't hear? Is it that you don't read the news, or you? It's just, when I hear things like this, I feel like people are living in a completely different world. Yes. So they don't know anything that's happening in the country. So whenever someone just talks to them, they just agree. You're not reading news. At least there are most of those things on internet, on your media platform.
Maybe they are not on social media.
Okay.
But they met on Facebook, so obviously they're on social media. Because I'm surprised, but then truthfully,
I don't expect you to go and meet someone you
barely know. Exactly. You know, I'm actually happy that he was caught, but then it's a lesson to be learned to the victims and to other people that might want to fall prey later. Do not fall prey. You meet someone on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media platform, you have not seen the person before. If the person wants to see you, let it be a public place outside where everybody can see both of you. Not like you go and meet the person in one hotel or one place. Do not do that. Do not do that. This is 2022, please. Let's be wise. All right, that was it on the headlines this morning. So yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about generosity, yeah? Yeah, we talked about generosity. And this morning, I just wanted to discuss something shortly before we wrap up. How to manage money as a couple. I've seen stories. I've seen a lot of families. Just husband and wife. They don't even have kids yet. Husband and wife. It's money that is their problem. It's not like they don't have money, but it's how to manage the money that is their problem. They're always fighting about who is going to pay this bill, who is going to do this, who is going to do this, who is going to... They're always quarreling about money.
You know, when there is understanding in a relationship, money cannot be the problem.
Money cannot, exactly. So a lot of times, I think it's first lack of understanding. Yes. So Shikemi, just give us few tips, our listeners, viewers, few tips on how they can manage money as a couple, newly wedded couple, or a couple that has been in marriage for 10-15 years. Okay. Still the same thing. How can you manage money?
Manage finances as a couple. One, combine all your finances. Like when you
don't want that one.
Wait, calm down.
Don't like that one.
Come on now. You match your salaries and your husband's salaries together. Then you keep it in a safer place.
Really?
A savings account.
Really? It works? That one works? It works? Look, okay. I kind of get where you're coming from.
Okay.
when you say combining finances, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should combine all the money you earn together. That's not what she means. So I just want to clarify things. When you say combine finances, so you're trying to make a budget for the house. You have to make sure that it is combined. You're not doing the woman is doing this one and the man is doing this one. Like, you guys should do it together. That way it helps you save money more. In fact, it helps you save.
Okay, to combine finances, but each partner gets front money. Like, you have pocket money.
Of course,
after
that's what we're saying. So it doesn't mean that you are combining everything. It's not. So which money? So if I want to use money, I'll now go and be asking.
Split share bills 50-50. Like, maybe you have a children now and you are meant to pay school fees. Though we know that it's the responsibility of father to pay their children's school fees, but there are some other things children will need at schools.
It's not necessarily the responsibility of the father to pay the children's school fees generally, but land first, land.
So there are other things the children need in school too. So you can be of help to your child as a mother, not thinking that when your father comes, you will give you the money when he comes. You give. Don't depend on your husband. He's working and you're working too. So definitely you have money to take care of your child. That's what I mean by split the bills 50-50.
Well, just to add to what Shikemi said, it's not every time, it's not in every situation that you can split bills 50-50. For instance, let me put it this way. In a situation whereby the man is earning 200,000 and the woman is earning 1 million, you don't expect them to split bills 50-50. Let's be logical. The man is earning 200,000 and you as the woman, you are earning 1 million. It's only logical that you bring the lion's share of the money. Regardless of whether you are the woman or not, you guys are a couple. You are one. It's a family. It's one finance. So it's not a matter of you are the man, so you are the one that will pay the house rent. If your money is more and you are capable of paying, it's just like saying, okay, your house rent is 500,000 and you are the one earning 1 million and this man is earning 200. Do you expect him to bring 150,000? Or you expect him to bring how much of his money? It's obvious that you are the one that is going to pay and it doesn't. Let's not come and say the man is the breadwinner in this aspect. Yes, the man is the breadwinner, but when you earn higher, it's only normal, it's only logical that you should help out more. That's just it. So that's in that instance. Now you have to do it either 75-25 or sort of. So that 50-50 might not work for everybody, but then if your finances are almost equal, you can split it 50-50.
Okay.
Simple.
Then 5, split share bills by a percentage of each person's income. Just like you said.
Like I said, yeah, true.
And 6, split responsibility for certain bills. So you need to have your own bills. Like, this is what this is my bills and this is your bills. Like, maybe your husband gets a plasma now, you get the DVD player or
yeah, you don't leave everything. Yeah, true.
And the last one here is live off one income. You don't expect, you are working and your husband is working too, so you don't expect your husband to give you everything you need. Since you're working, you have to buy things yourself. You don't depend on your husband that when my husband comes back, he will give me the money and you're keeping your own money, thinking that you're the only wise person in the world.
You're the only wise person. No, my money is my money and his money is our money.
Okay. His money is our mind. You shouldn't do that though.
All right, just to add to what Shikemi has said, and I think another thing that helps couples manage their finances, it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for some. Have a joint account. You can open a joint account together, so you guys are saving money in that account. So you cannot collect the money on your own. Neither can you collect the money. Both of you have to be aware that I want to take money from this account, and you might not even use it now. It might be for future purposes, either for the children's education later in the future or something. But then you can just have a joint account where you put a certain amount every month. It doesn't work for everybody. You should know the person you are married to first before you do that. There are some people that they can be very funny. You open joint accounts, at the end of the day it's another different story here, but then just know the person you are married to and know what works for you. That is the bottom line. As a couple,
sure you understand each other.
Understanding, know what works for you both. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. So know what works for you generally. And then I want to just say this one to women outrightly. Women, be more supportive to your husbands financially. if you have the means, do not always wait for your husband to do everything. So you want to buy Maggi, you want to buy this, and you are waiting for you want to buy salt, and your husband, you want to kill the man. You
expect your husband to buy
for God's sake. In fact, I've seen instances where the man has to pay school fees, but he doesn't have the money now, and you as the woman, you have it, pay it. In fact, if it's to even tell your husband that I'm just borrowing this money, when you have it, you pay me back. There's a way you say it to avoid problems.
So you can even collect the money back from him. Choose some.
She kept me.
You have the money and you don't want to pay it. You're saying, and they sent your child back home that pay your school fees, and you have the money with you. You don't want to pay the money
because you are waiting for your father come. Women be more supportive. That's just it. All right, this is where we wrap up the show this morning. That was it on the Breakfast Show on VO Ultimate FM. I really do hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Join us again next time for another interesting episode as we bring to you interesting newspaper headlines and discuss topical issues to kickstart your morning. Do have a great day. Bye.